Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sophiatown. It's Heritage Day, the authors are here, the children are here. Where are you? Let's go. So, firstly, I would like to invite on stage some very critical people for today's event. First of all, Loshni, are you here? Please come up to the stage for the House presentation. Dr. Sasa from Zinsoni, please come up to the stage. Mr. Michael, please come up to the stage. And Desire, can you please come up to the stage as well? And how can I forget Sorona? Please come up to the stage. The camera's ready so far. Come in. Okay, come stand behind me and let's close up. First of all, without these people, today would not be happening. First of all, Loshni from the Harvest Center, thank you so much for the venue and accommodating us. Dr. Sasa, my inspiration for the book bank and everything I've done since, alongside Nelly, who is not here today. Thank you so much. Desire, thank you for your contribution. We would not be here without you. As well as Sorona, thank you so much. I'm very humbled. And the biggest thank you needs to go to Mr. Marshall Khan, who got us here, thankfully in one piece. So thank you very much. This is for you. This is for my... Okay guys, everyone except Desire. Right, so why is Desire still up here with me? Desire is up here for the big announcements. We are opening a bookshop right here in Sophiatown. He is the first founding publisher of the bookshop. Looking forward to having you come and visit here in Sophiatown, and Desire is launching some books later. So her books will be in, books from the book bank will be in, multi-marketing books will be in, books from Zinsoni will be in, as well as the Luther publishers. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that's the first big announcement. The next big announcement is our book bank family is great. Obviously with Dee, but also in other areas as well. I'm here to announce our new head of business strategy, Larissa Naika. She will be launching various programs such as our circus puppet show, the Women's Desk, and the Women's Book Club. And we will be launching the Bride Book Club for everyone. What is Bride, guys? I know it's National Heritage Day. We associate Bride with Heritage Day, but Bride is an acronym. It stands for Books, Romance, Action, Adventure, and Intrigue. And when religion's involved, we swap out romance for religion. So, that is the next thing. The next announcement is the Children's Book Fair, which I'm the project lead for. I'm coordinating alongside Dr. Sasa from Zinsoni, who's going to come up and speak about the children's book. Come up, Dr. Sasa. Back to the stage.
Thank you. Hi everyone. We are Zinsoni from Zinsoni. We specialize in storytelling and children's books. So we are going to be posting a storytelling children's book there in Durban. This will be our third year doing it, and the first 2 years were very successful here in the Gauteng and in the Constitution Hill. It has been in March for the past 2 years, but now we've decided to change it to November for different reasons, and that people can save and order there and see the beauty and be by the seaside, by the ocean. Yeah, I've put flyers there, but it's basically actually from 750 to 3.5, depending whether you are a small author or an upcoming author or upcoming book publisher or well-established book publisher. So hope to see you there. And yeah, we're gonna be doing storytelling, maybe poetry, as well as, because these are all literature. We have oral literature this side, we have written literature this side. And our speaker before us said it clearly that even children will learn better with storytelling. Because let's say our first point of call as they are growing up, as they experience the world, they first talk before anything else. So it starts there. That's why you're combining, you come there, the people who coming to see storytelling, they see books and they tend to buy.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sosa. What she didn't mention for the children's book fair is the talent show for everyone. To come down, we want your kids to come and show their talents, storytelling, poetry, things like that. Comedy too, if your kid is very funny, please bring them along, make us laugh. I like laughing, I like making others laugh. I should have been a comedian in my other life. Right, I'd now like to hand over to Mr. Nashar Khan, who is here to make his own separate big announcements. Over to you, Nashar.
Thank you, Douglas. So, the big announcements that I have start off, well, connects to the children's book fair that we're speaking about. So, on the evening of Saturday, 22nd November 2025, at the Anomo Hotel in Durban, we will be hosting the 5th annual Multi-Marketing Book Awards. This book awards will be acknowledging every single author that we have published, marketed, or distributed up until September in the year 2025. Everyone that we have ever published, marketed, distributed for this year will be acknowledged, will be a nominated author in there. You can vote for your favorite author, your favorite book, your favorite poet, favorite short story writer. Voting links will be available on the 1st of October. So all of the authors that are nominated will be receiving that link and will be sharing it to all of their peoples. You can vote as many times as you want, it's absolutely free to vote, so there's no charge. And you can vote as many times as you want for your favorite poet, author, book, short story writer, whatever it may be. And then, on the evening of the 22nd of November 2025, at the Anomo Hotel, we'll be having an official live award ceremony presentation, where the award-winning authors and books will be presented with the awards. They'll be able to speak about their books and what led them to come and be able to be published authors. And yeah, that's the first major big announcement. So I hope to see all of you there that can make it to Anomo Hotel in Durban on the 22nd of November 2025. Like I said, voting will open on the 1st of October and it will conclude on the 31st of October. My next big announcement comes with the Multi-Marketing Anthology. So for the last 5 years, well, next year will be the 5th annual year, we have the Multi-Marketing Anthology. What is the Multi-Marketing Anthology? The Multi-Marketing Anthology is basically a collection of authors, poets, short story writers, and artists who don't have a lot of poetry or short stories or cannot afford to publish an entire book by themselves. What they do is they submit a few poems, a few short stories, and for artists their artwork, and for a small portion they get to be featured in a larger collection, an anthology. So all of them pooling their funds together make up the full amount and they all get to feature in the book. It's a flat rate. This year it's about, I think, 700 Rand. And we launched the opening of this anthology on the 17th of August 2025 at another book fair that happened in Durban. And I did tell them 5 weeks later it will conclude. So right here, right now, I officially declare that the submission lines for the Multi-Marketing Anthology 2026 is officially closed. All poets and short story writers that have submitted their material for this anthology will be contacted in a few weeks and the book will be released come 2026. However, the reason why the anthology submissions started off this year instead of next year, we always had it between January to March. However, this year we decided to push it up to September. Reason being is because the anthology has become so successful that we've decided to now broaden it. And what I mean by that is that multi-marketing in 2026 will be launching an additional 3 different anthologies. One of which is being launched right here, right now, as I stand on this stage, and it is called African Folktales. And I credit the name of African Folktales to the CEO of the book bank, Douglas Whitson. He's the one who came up with the name, and then I just ran with the idea. What that is basically is, if you are a resident of this beautiful continent that is Africa, you are eligible to enter this competition. Any traditional folktales or fictional tales based and steeped in African mythology, traditions, whatever it may be, culture, is eligible to be entered into this anthology, and it will be published in 2026. And we are looking at having the official launch of that African Folktales right here in Sophiatown. So that is an amazing accomplishment for this town to be the host of such an amazing milestone like African Folktales. So right here, right now, submission lines are officially open. info@multimarketing.co.za. Alternatively, you can come to speak to me at my desk. I'm right there at the back. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to give you more information. But like I said, it is only exclusively for those who are living, born and raised in the African continent, that have local traditional stories to share to the world that may or may not be well known. And we're going to be taking that book international platforms like Amazon, international book fairs, abroad. We're going to be telling the African story to the rest of the world. So that is the whole point behind the African folklore, folktales anthology. 2 additional anthologies launching next year. One will be launching at the International Children's Storytelling Book Fair in November. That, of course, being the Kids Anthology. Now, this one's going to be specifically, exclusively for children under the age of 16. They'll be able to submit poetry, short stories, artist work, whatever it may be, and they'll be featured in that anthology. More information will be coming on that in the coming weeks, leading up to the International Children's Storytelling Book Fair, and I'll be more than happy to explain it more in depth at that event. So like I said, if you're not able to attend in Durban, it will be live streamed on Facebook, as this event is being live streamed right now as well. And I'll be able to give you guys more information on that. But like I said, it will be strictly restricted to kids, poems, short stories, and artwork for children under the age of 16. Last but certainly not least, and this one is close to my heart because I've been planning it for the last 5 years, it's going to be called the Poetry in Motion Anthology. What that basically is, it's only poetry, no short stories, no artwork, strictly poetry, but it will be coming out of a talent show. And I think Douglas Wilson alluded to a certain talent show that will be used as the, you could say, the launch pad for this Poetry in Motion Anthology, where it will be strictly poetry, and that's why we decided to call it Poetry in Motion. Like I said, more information will be coming up at the Children's International Storytelling Book Fair. So if you are able to come to Durban, 21st to 23rd November 2025 at the Unomo Hotel in Durban, that's the place to be. So I'll be able to give you guys more information on that. But like I said, right here, right now, Multi-Marketing Anthology 2026 submission lines are closed, and we are officially opening right here, right now, the submission lines for the African Folktales Anthology. And I hope to see some of you here who are writers, who are authors, who have stories to tell from the African continent to the rest of the world, be able to share your stories. Like I said, info@multimarketing.co.za, and of course I'm here in person live for the rest of the day at the back of the room. So I hope to see all of you there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for this wonderful announcement. Right now I'd like to ask the director of the Children's Medicine Center to come and talk to us about the center, the work they do, and maybe a bit about the heritage, since it's Heritage Day. Over to you, Lily.
Hi, everyone. But late, but welcome. Thank you for, basically coming to our home. A little bit about the center. It was formed in 2000 and set up by entire life. He was British. And he did a lot of work throughout Europe and in various parts of the continent. He lived and worked here from about 1943 to 1955. For you people, ancient, prehistoric people. And he was very close to Tambo. They were friends from the 1960s. He was very close to Archbishop Tutu, and his core focus when he was here and in Soweto was to work with youth. So the center was set up to kind of carry that kind of legacy forward. So the work that we do here, it's a non-profit organization, the Trevor Huddleston Center. We largely focus on working with youth. So looking at programs that inspire them, that empower them, and kind of create the space of belonging in Sophiatown and surrounding areas. So some of the programs that we run youth programs, skills programs like Nolan was talking about, that's why there's similarities, to kind of give them life skills as a basis. And then we kind of build on that to give them actual skills for workplace. Quite recently we had ALX based here teaching kids AI, so kind of preparing them for the workspace. And then what we also do is understanding that not everybody goes into mainstream work, providing entrepreneurship skills. So we ran a full program that was funded by the DBSA, taking ideas, so from your ideation phase right to implementation. And we've had some really good success stories with that. That's kind of what we do on a broad basis. We also run diversity workshops, dialogue skills. So what I want to do is bring it back to why we're here in terms of books. We actually have a library upstairs, a lot of books donated by people that are previous residents, our ex-board members. But to pick up on some of the points that were raised earlier, it exists, the community is informed of it, it does not get used. You know, so we've tried various tools to try and get kids here after hours and stuff, it's just not work. So if anybody has some bright ideas of how we can pull them in, storytelling and reading, we really appreciate it. So that's kind of broadly what we do. You know, so if you want to hear any more, and we rent out venue. The venue is available for usage. We have lots of programs running. So if you want to rent a venue or you want to work with us on any of the programs, please reach out. My name is Loshni. Rinky is around here somewhere. So the two of us are based here, so at any point. If you don't have my details, speak to me or Douglas will have my details. So thank you for being here. Enjoy.
Thanks, Loshni. Yes, please come and support the centre with your own events. Doesn't necessarily have to be a book fair or a festival. Yes, just come and have a chat to myself and Loshni, and let's see what we can do for you to support the centre. Us as Book Bank South Africa will be donating the same books that we gave to the school this morning. On our next trip here to Joburg, we will be donating the exact same quantity of books to the centre here as well for their library. So I would just like to touch on what the book bank is and how it all works. So I'm the CEO, most of the founder guys. I call a lot of names. Imposter was one of them. But here we are. So what is a founding publisher? A founding publisher is somebody that's come on board in support of the book bank, but also getting a return on their investment, such as now the bookshop, getting their branding at these events. They told me it's here with their banner, but they're here with the book bank. Multi-marketing is here, but they're with the book bank. So even if Nishad and Dr. Sas were not here, they would still be represented by us because of their initial investment. So that explains a little bit how a family publisher works. But in terms of listing as an author, we charge you 200 Rand per book per year. no commission on the website. The price you give me is the price on the website. It's going to be a little bit different for the bookshop, but yes, on the website, it's very straightforward, and we take your books here at home in South Africa, but internationally as well, to literature events such as book fairs, festivals, and so on and so on. So that's a bit about the book bag.